Good morning, and thank you for joining me this morning for this presentation. My name is Jeffrey. I'm an associate with Data Chefs. What we have this morning is a presentation based on analysis of the Northwinds Company database. The information we were given was from the Northwinds Company, which is a vendor of fine foods worldwide. They've got 2 locations, one in UK and one in USA. What we wanted to do with the information was determine if there were any areas of possible profit increase. The information we were given was a rather large database, which included items like product details, order ID, order details, employee names, customer names, and we wanted to dive into this information and come up with 4 key questions to answer for the company. These questions are as follows. We wanted to determine whether there was a relationship between discount and order quantity. So if the order quantity increased or decreased with discount present or not. Second, we wanted to look at if unit sales were affected by region at all. Third, we wanted to see if the time an employee was with the company affected the total price. And lastly, we wanted to see if employee location had any effect on order totals at all. For the first question of discount versus order quantity, we had to just separate the information into whether it had a discount or not. And if you look at this graph here, you can see clearly that the non-discounted order totals on the left are much lower than the discounted order totals on the right. This gave us a clear indication that discount affected order quantity directly, so we wanted to look into that a little bit further. What we did was we separated it into discount levels and analyzed each discount level that was offered by the company. We determined that anything below 10% was really ineffective at all, and we don't recommend using those levels at all. 15 and 20% were the most effective, being right next to each other, with 20% being slightly in the lead over 15%. But with them being almost equally as effective, we determined that 15% would be the most cost effective for the company because it costs the company less and will still yield the same result. So 15% is the discount level that we recommend. Second, we wanted to look at the region versus sales. So we wanted to look at the total sales in USA versus abroad. And we determined using a complex analysis tool called ANOVA, and it told us that there was no significance. Third, we wanted to look at employee tenure versus the order total. Employee tenure is just the amount of time that the employee's been with the company. We wanted to see if the more seasoned employees were selling more or less than the newer employees. And through our analysis, we determined that there's really no significance. And lastly, we wanted to look at sales versus the employee location. So the 2 offices, one being in USA and the other being in the UK, we wanted to see if their location had an effect on the total sale. And we determined that there was, in fact, a relationship. It's significant, and we went on to determine that USA is actually much higher sales on average than the UK is. And so we would recommend that maybe we look at USA and see what they're doing different, if maybe their marketing is different or their training is different. Those are the questions that we researched. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. We weren't able to do all the research that we wanted to, considering it was a large database with a vast amount of information. We think that there are some things that we'd like to do in the future, and those are we'd like to be able to determine the profit margins. So we didn't have enough information to see the cost of the item versus the sale price. So we'd like to get those profit margins and be able to run the tests again, because we believe that actually seeing the profit margins is going to make a better analysis than just the sale total. I appreciate your time. If you have any questions, again, please feel free to reach out to me. My contact information is in the information I distributed to you earlier. I had a pleasure presenting for you, and I hope that this information was useful. Thank you, and have a great day.